Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Monday Night Counter-Strike Entry Point Esports. I'm tuning in here paired with Bible Klinger, as always, Synthronix as our observer, ready to get things cranked up. Bible, sounds like we've got some vetoes coming in. Band, Mirage, what do you think we're going to see tonight from this teams?
I'm actually not sure. I think it's early enough in the season that teams are still probably feeling out their maps. They're probably still trying to get a sense of what they're good at and what their opponents are hopefully not good at.
Yeah, I mean, as we kind of move into this mid-season, we're kind of seeing a lot of shift in what the teams are doing and what they're trying to react to as far as, oh man, this map might not work or this map might be our best map. So pulling up the vetoes again. Let's see what we got. Looks like tonight's match going to be train and nuke features. Really excited about that. So we'll wait for the players to start loading in. Really excited to see it. I feel like we've actually had the opportunity to cast, two trains now? This will be our second.
Yeah, I think Train is probably going to be picked a little bit more now than, let's say, with the last map pool before the last major. It's an interesting map. I remember you asked me if I liked it or not. It's one of those things that Valve changed a little bit. They added a box on A site, they added a box on B site, but it's one of those things. I don't know if teams have really decided if they love it or hate it yet. It's definitely different.
Yeah, I definitely say that it's probably a fan favorite among a lot of the community. It's one of those OG classic maps. You think back to Source, even 1.6. That's a map that really sticks. I know Overpass was kind of a new addition in the relative timeline of Counter-Strike. So really curious to see what we have. I think we're going to need to look for a lot of utility on T side, taking that A yard. Obviously, the common smoke down B to kind of rush out the corner. But I think it'll be the gameplay. The gameplay seems to be a little more chaotic on train, I would say.
I think it is. I think you have to a lot of the time run out through the A main entrance, and the problem with that is that it requires a lot of utility in order to take advantage of it. If you're on the T side, and if you're on the CT side, and you know the rush is coming, you're going to want to also throw a bunch of utility, and that's where the chaos happens.
Yeah, we're seeing a lot of utility kind of getting thrown through that crack there, going into T-Con. So really trying to see how the CTs are really going to fight that area of the map. See if we have a lot of pop dog take. Probably a lot of B sitting and waiting. Not quite like it is on Mirage, but definitely still a lot of heavy traffic that flows through there.
No one can hear me, right? No.
Welcoming to our fearful leader, Jackpot. How you doing, Jack? Welcome to the stream, Jack. Go ahead and say a word to the viewers.
Howdy. Howdy doody, friends.
Howdy doody. Speaking of duty, one of the areas on train that I've really tried to get my teams personally to adopt, the new boxes that are on A bomb site that are right next to red, Dookie. That's what I'm calling it. Spread the word. Tell all your friends.
I think most teams that I've been playing with have all been fine to call it new box because the obvious.
Yeah, I see. When I think about new box, though, there's two new additions to the map. I think just obviously for meme reasons, the name that I've called the one on A side just makes sense. It feels natural. But the bomb site B new box, I feel like that is the true new box. But what do I know?
I think the one on B doesn't really necessarily need a name in the sense that it's if you're taking the B bomb site and you're on the terrorist side and you yell last guy is Z or connector. Everyone's gonna be looking in that same area regardless of whether he's in or out. It's close.
Yeah, it definitely adds some well-needed protection though for the CTs that are sitting. It kind of also removes that op angle that you would see a lot of from Z.
Well, I think the counter-terrorists needed a way to get into the B bomb site a little bit easier rather than having to go all the way through the back area the Ivy side all the way into CT spawn, into the entrances. They needed some way to get through Z, and it's just like it's open to everything without that box.
Really has. It gives you easy access to back bumpers. Obviously, you could play in front of those boxes to kind of get a little bit of leverage there in the sandwich area right before Thomas. So, as we wait for the teams to ready up, I think we're going to be getting into a knife round. Just looking at stats so far this season, guys, we have a beautiful match between the Tryhards versus Nebula. Tryhards coming off a 1-1 best of 2 against Skim Milk. Followed up by an 0-2 series loss on the 22nd to Boomer Shooters. Nebula, though, coming off a hot hand. 2-0 against Boomer Shooters, 2-0 against Skim Milkers. Really curious to see what happens here. I would even say to a degree that Nebula may be the favored team coming into this match. Oh, and I do want to make mention of tonight, Stevosaurus moving up. Going to try his hardest in the Guardian League. So with that, you guys are going to all see on the CT side currently, Subbies is subbing. I do believe we have a full roster for Nebula, though. So curious to see what happens here. See if the sub comes into is a factor in this match. I do know that he is already on the practice team / full-time sub, so I don't think we're going to see a lot of ill transition from the active roster to this current roster for tonight. So locking in, 5 seconds to gameplay. Let's see what we have here. Dooley's rolling out on the T. Nope. Yeah, Dooley's on the T side. Dova Dank. We did get a chance to watch that match probably about 2 weeks ago. Was definitely a force to be reckoned with. A bomb site, easy up to red. Gonna go ahead and take E-box. 3 terrorists. Kills coming in. Ooh, those Doolies are gonna be a force. Yep, kills flowing in now for Nebula. I definitely say Notorious is a player to watch this series. Stanky Meat by himself. What can we do? 4v1. 62 HP and a dream on the back. Terrorists know exactly where he's at. Those Doolies just too much. Now, I know I asked you last week about your use of the Mag 7 and other various weapons. How do you feel about the Doolies, the importance on pistol round?
Dualies are interesting. I find them to be a little bit situational. If you know you've got to put a lot of bullets downrange quickly on pistol round, they can work out. But if you're not good at hitting the first shot, I mean, it almost turned into a rapid fire spray type weapon where you have to pull
Yes.
down. And so they do require, some skill to use in order to get those flashy aces on the pistol round.
Yeah, I definitely think that there's a per case use in those close quarters. CT's electing to go ahead and push out. Coming back to A, though. C, nothing is heading towards B. They're going to go ahead and swarm it. Ivy is the location for Nebula to take the next area of the map. Oh, those Mac 10s just proven to be too much. The Doolies, though, Dova says, hey, I got some kills last round. I'm ready to turn it up again. MP9 holding it down, though. Shin, definitely a person to watch. They had a really good series the last time we watched them. Smoke going into Z. Gonna try to keep the CTs at bay. Bad smoke, though. Are they gonna be ready for it? Oh, Dova's watching this. Grizzly, though, taking down the bomb. Only good for one. CTs take it without a bomb plant. That's really good. That kind of restricts that form. It really restricts that pipeline of money that flows in with that bomb plant.
I appreciated the idea that the counter-terrorists wanted to buy back right away. You don't, always see that. Sometimes, CTs opt for saving when they lose the pistol round, especially when it just looked like you lose it in such a domineering fashion. But they had a plan, they bought, they pushed, and they played it really well. The other thing to bring up is that the terrorists, when they went Ivy, they flubbed their own flashbang, and it exploded on their side. Gave away the whole plan.
It really did. And going into this round, is the scoreboard accurate? Is Shin already down to 39 HP?
Ouch.
Not sure I caught what happened there. Teeth getting fragged out of the round, though. Gonna have to sit back and watch to see what their team can do. Joined by Dova Dank. As mentioned, this is a pretty light round for the CTs. Scout does not connect. Twisted Agony taking the bench. Happy gets the 18 connector. They talk about his 13 shots. CT's just mopping this up though with the FAMAS's and M4. Trying to see if we can get the MP9 into play to get that extra cash. Grizzly with the AK is just going to finish the round off.
Sometimes the economy is much worse when you win the pistol and lose the follow-up. And, you know, it can get away from you really quickly. Probably better be on the T side when that happens, because T side economy just seems to be easier to get going from a standstill. Terrorists, though, are opting to... Well, they're thinking about it. So some buying and selling going on.
Yeah, it looks like we have 2 hero AKs on the round. One thing I do want to notate from the last couple matches that we found, or that we've spectated, we often talked about, you know, a player maybe struggling 0-5, 0-6, 0-2, getting that mentality in check. I don't think that's going to be a problem today. Every player on the board right now has a kill. Now, whether or not that blossoms into additional kills is a different story, but just something to notate that it looks like we're going to have a pretty well even match.
Which is also something to bring up, because this is, if I'm not mistaken, this is what, the silver tier. So
It is.
There is a bit of a question as to whether the players in the lower tier have the same resilience that we've seen in the higher tiers.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely feeds for some really good competitive CS at this rank. So T's kind of stalling out here in B upper. Gonna see what the next move is. Deagle's gonna go peek down, pop dog. The collection coming. I think we're about to see some utility sell out here on B. Gonna be a fast take. AK is probably gonna go up into heaven, try to get that long range duel. Ooh, Dovadank able to connect on the kill with the Deagle. It's just a ruse though. Terrorist going B. There's that new box. That nade's gonna come in. Molly as well. Grizzly able to fight around it. Little pop flash going out on the middle of sight. Terrorist taking that CT approach that you mentioned, even though that new availability of the box. Utility very good on the T side, catching some CTs out. Can they hold? Subbies able to get Notorious. Oh, here we go. Happy trying to catch a couple kills here to end the round. Gets him on the ball.
Shot.
What a shot. Sometimes you just need a little bit of luck, right?
I mean, apparently the RNG was in his favor there. I thought he was moving and missed the opportunities he got into cover, but I mean, the AK is a deadly weapon in this game, definitely possible to pull off. I think the counter-terrorists came very, very close, and it is interesting because that box that they were playing around was critical for them getting those angles, peeking, dodging, weaving, and it was very close. That shot by, who was it? It was Happy, I believe?
Yeah,
that
Happy.
That is the only thing that could have ended it.
Terrorist gonna go ahead and get caught out T-Con, backing up. Bomb's trying to get dropped. Twisted does not want to peek this with it. Grizzly in a safe position. Gonna be curious to see how much of T-Con CTs end up taking here in the late half. That's typically a spot that I find that a lot of CT teams will try to gravitate the bodies to, restrict the area where the CTs can feel comfortable being. Ooh, Teeth with an easy frag down Ivy. Catching another one. Taken out by Shin. So Twisted Agony with the op out in T-Con. Oh, Happy catching Anthony. A heavy shift in this round so far. Shin hears them. He knows they're on site. Grizzly's gonna try to pull it back. Here's the op and Ivy. A little nade to keep them deterred. Gonna try to cross back. They're gonna get caught here. Oh, misses the shot. No, Twisted. Grizzly able to step out of there. He's probably gonna try to save this A1S. Has a molly, a flash. I mean, that's a lot of weight to carry into the next round, to be honest. Although it is a 2v3, enticing. I doubt they know how much HP Twisted Agony really has, though. 4 rounds in, Bible. I think we're going to have a shootout here.
Definitely looks that way. I do appreciate it. Both teams have shown up tonight. They definitely would like to get their wins starting right now. And that's always nice to see. And surprisingly, every player seems to be having some impact in this game right now. It's not always the case. You always, have a case where you get some people struggling at the beginning, but not so much right now.
No, I mean, it's definitely an opportunity for the terrorists to try to buy their way back in and make a change in what's happening right now. I mean, the economy not doing too hot for the CT, so definitely a round win here again can really bankrupt the CTs.
Twisted still didn't buy armor, though. That's what caused him to miss that shot, by the way, was the aim punch. He's still running glass cannon.
Prioritizes, yeah, I mean, could have bought it. Prioritizing the heat grenade and the molly. Getting back into T-Con. MP7 is going to try to move its way up. There it is. Already down to 51 HP. M4A1S becomes that much more dangerous as well. Although Shin not able to do anything. Subsy's pulling it back. Gonna go ahead and hightail it back to cameras. Knows there's another player. Deep battle coming down in an Ivy. I mean, I think that's as a job as an IB player to keep players on that side of the map, and definitely doing it. But the MP9 crawling back, not going to be ready for happy peeking with the AK. We've seen a lot of terrorists sneak out of Pop Dog here, not ready. Oh, Stanky, Stanky! The comms need to be coming in that you have somebody in Pop Dog. Here it comes. Oh no. That's okay though. Anthony C jumps up onto Dookie, as I call it. Everybody in chat, please spam what you call that area. We're gonna change it one call at a time. Terrorists able to get the bomb plant down on to be happy to be getting that bomb down. That is definitely some money that needed to be injected into this T side. Oh, with the surprise around oil. 2 kills for Happy. That's another 2-kill clutch to close in a round.
A bit of irony here. If you go back to round 5, when everything started falling apart there on that round, I think what was going on there is, I don't know if you noticed, but sometimes on the CT side, you'll have the phenomenon of where a player will end up dying, and the rest of the team starts to get the impression, hey, the action is over there, and they stop paying attention to their own area, and that enables another player lurking out to catch them off guard.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, the last round, it was the opposite problem, where they knew where the player was, and the player walking right into T-Con ignored the Pop Dog player.
There we go, popping out Notorious with the AK kill. Light or full save coming in for the CT. So gonna try to sneak up from Ivy, catching Twisted out. He's aware though. T's are gonna swarm the site now. AK coming in to do the heavy work. Notorious with the easy flick. No way. I think we're gonna have a mop up here with this. Oh, Stanky saying, nah, you are wrong. B site taken easily though. There's no way back in for the T's on this side. They're just gonna try to get this pistol or this rifle. Oh, Dova Dank with the AK. Gonna go ahead and clean it up with the 3K. Just kidding. Subbies helping Frag in there. I mean, I told you, looking at the stats, Nebula is definitely a hot team coming into this match. You think we'll see any Mag 7s on this map?
I don't know about a Mag 7. There are some places that you can use it. If there are some shotguns, the XM would probably be
there it is.
A slightly better choice.
Grizzly suiting up. Takes the call upon him, rushing into apps. Nobody's home. Screaming out, guys. Be ready for an A hit here. Dova Dank's already out, not ready for it.
Oh,
almost has the spray through the smoke. Here comes a heat grenade. Oh, 3 coming Ivy. They hear him burning as well. Yeah, A site's just collapsing here. Oh, Stanky pulling it back though. Here's that XM. What can we do here? Get up closer. Done. Knows he's on site. Heard it.
Look,
Oh, goodness. Heard the drop down. Has to be aware that he's either wrapping around back of sight, which I think is where Grizzly's going to fall for here. I like the patience though. You don't have to commit. The reload might be heard from this distance. Op versus XM. I mean, it could be anybody's game here. The minute that bomb starts getting planted, you're gonna see Grizz start moving his way back towards A. Oh, here we go, guys. This is it. Yep, is aware. Anthony's gonna stand up, catch this. Done deal. XM comes in clutch. Way to pull it back there. That was definitely a must-need round from the CTs, in my opinion. Breaks the money. It does not break the money. As I look in, Dova sitting over 7K, Happy over 9K. Is actually CT. Isn't it rough sometimes? You went around and you still have the lesser buy.
Oh, it's awful. I've had rounds, especially CT side, where we win the round and I end up with a worse buy than I had than before we won the round. It's unbelievable how that can happen.
I mean, especially with the change to economy where the CTs get that additional $50 for every terrorist kill, it really only ever amounts to maybe a slightly better SMG, FAMAS, or really just general utility gain. Grizzly trying to go ahead and get up into apps, see if we can catch off on B. This time there are players. Oh, spots him first, goes to aim for the second. Are we going to see a repeak? No, just a little bit of harassment. I don't think it's wise to peek this. Oh
no.
Catches Happy with a nade. I think that's a very common. I know a lot of the fellas and gals around the league are in their matches currently. Silver, I promise. If you feel like they can peek you and you have util in your hand, they're going to peek you. Teeth gets the frag. Trying to claw their way back in. 4v4. Upper's going to be the hit here. Off waiting on him. Connects on 1. Connects on 2. Just left up to Notorious. Now, Notorious, as I mentioned earlier, is definitely a player to watch. Sitting on 7 and 6, leading the way behind Happy. Really impressed so far. I mean, CT, I feel is definitely a easier side on this map. Would you agree?
I mean, on paper, probably. It's just, it doesn't. What a shot.
Not really sure of the smoke there. Notorious, get ready for this player. Oh, catches it. 2v1. Flashbang. I mean, this is doable. You know somebody's probably going to be... Yeah, this is a save. Save that, AK. While we're looking at the scoreboard, can I see utility while we're here? Notorious, 118. CTs coming in over just, what, 150-ish, roughly. I mean, obviously I'm ballparking here, but definitely a side that I see on this map that a CT can definitely do some heavy utility damage if placed right.
I can't help but feel like the utility's not being used correctly here. A lot of times people are putting themselves in harm's way and then thinking, well, it's clear now. Now I'll pull out the grenade. And I think you can't rely on RNG as much or timing.
No, you can't. Terrorists bombing, bomb rushing B site. Smokes are coming out. CT is going ahead and rotate. Looks like the op is going to go into the back to CT to come through way back of B. Anthony C catching. Ooh. 2 kills in quick succession by Anthony C. I think that might secure the round here. Notorious nowhere to go. 1 kill. As I say that, gets a second kill. 1v2. Oh, not enough bullets in the AK. I think 2 more bullets and he has a chance there.
Where's the defuse?
No clue where the bomb is. I'm not sure what's going on here. Got a little nervous there. That would have been one way of losing a round, huh?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but I noticed ever since CS2, I've had a lot harder of a time trying to find the bomb, and especially after a clutch play. You know, you get into those 1v1s or 1v2s, comes down to the wire, you kill the players, your teammates are just wildly cheering, and then you have to find the bomb. And I don't know why. It's just gotten more difficult in this game. Maybe I'm just getting older.
Rush.
CSGO, I didn't have this problem, though. It was so much easier to find the bomb.
We do have heavy T push towards Ivy. Pistols out. One Mag 10 to lead the way. CTs, though, have 3 ready. Subbies not able to connect. Taken down by the Tech 9. Mag 10 connects onto Stanky. 3 kills in the way of terrorists. Gotta be prepared for that. You know they may have a light buy. Notorious posted up, just waiting. Here's the CT come all the way down. This Deagle might be able to connect down Ivy. It does. Notorious takes down Grizzly. Just up to Anthony C in a 1v5. Oh, I'm not sure if we have a way back into this round. There's one, but we have a long way to go. Yep, happy. Deals with the threat there. Looking around the league, guys. Ord Overlords winning their match 5-4. Smokeosaurs losing to Singularity 8-6. Over on our Charlie stream, Graybeards 10-3. I'm just joking. Observers like, what stream? I'm just naming the actual match pages. On Fox stream, because we have so many games they're streaming on all these streams. CT's trying to call their way back with a light buy. Not heavy util. Might be able to do the work though. Already in a 4v2. I'm sorry, a 5v2. Subby's on 1 HP. 1 HP in a dream, as they say. Anthony almost connects through the smoke. Running away. Twisted said, I'm out of here. Yeah, we're getting into that part of the game where, you know, if it's back and forth like it is, CTs and Ts both struggling to keep up their economy. Ooh. That A1S not able to connect like we thought it would. 2 AKs on CTs, though. Not a bad place to be. Teeth trying to claw our way back in. Not able to do it. 6-6 tied half. Definitely one that I thought was going to be close, and it's definitely delivering.
I'm actually surprised. I did not expect our opening match on Train to be that even. I really would have expected one team to run away with the half, and then maybe afterwards for it to be a little bit closer, but not close in the first half, ending with 6-6 like this. Here comes the train.
Sorry, I had to step away for just a moment. Yeah, bomb going down on B site. 3v4. Terrorists trying to claw their way back in. I feel like I'm always saying claw. We're going to change it up tonight, Bible. Terrorists trying to strong arm their way back into this round. Anthony C connects. Sees 2 CTs. They're caught Thomas. Oh, Grizzly gets that. Not ready for the player behind him, though. That's all right. Zubby's there to clean it up. Tryhards, you know, as an AGM of tryhards, not to say there's favoritism, but I want to see my boys win.
Understandable bias. But I don't think it comes through in the casting, so I think it's you're doing a professional job.
Hey, I mean, you can't really cast favoritism. You just call what you see on the screen, hope for the best.
It is interesting, though, right? When you actually watch it, it's a little bit more... There's something objective about just watching the game unfold.
Yeah, you know, you want to see them. You want to be able to call those big plays. It's just, will they fall in the way of your team? Is kind of how that plays out. Happy, working up Pop Dog. Long Dog, rather, but it is what it is. Grizzly, do not like this turn back. That's going to be an easy kill for the P250. Although here comes Anthony, gonna clean it up. Someone is gonna grab that AK. Oh, Notorious. Not able to connect. This is definitely a B hit. You see the way that they're exploding on a site. Oh, Notorious gets the 1D. before Teeth is even out of the round, AI said 100%. $24 left. I'm not sure that there's enough time to get 3 kills and get a defuse here. Just trying to play some exits. Might be able to get one here. Oh, the jumping AK kill.
I think maybe on that round, I understand, you didn't really have a good setup, right? It's second round after you lose the pistol, but I think Notorious could have done something if the rotate had come in earlier and if his team had backed him up, took off some of the pressure. I think he could have started picking them apart.
Yeah, I think it's really kind of stems back to that. Are you playing with your team? Teeth. Oh, gets the flash outside, catches them. Just not enough to get the kill. Twisted, gonna take their shot now. Doing some damage. Grizzly's sitting on 13 HP. Anthony manages to get out T-Con. Could have caught a player in T-Con, or in Z, I'm sorry. Not ready for Dookie. Dookie gets the kill, picks up a second, happy, retreats to the spot. Terrorist is a hard side on Train. I mean, I think for any team at any level, it can be difficult.
I think it comes down to your execute, honestly. If you have a good setup, good grenades, good flashes, and if you got a team of entryers and traders, if you can have that fast-paced play and you thrive in that environment, I think you can make T-side work on this map.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I think that utility placement, though, we're not really seeing a lot of sandwich smoke. Z's not smoked off, no cam smoke. I mean, I know it's kind of expected in our Silva tier to, maybe have some of that utility and not all of it, but I don't think I've seen any of that utility. No flashbangs for, here it comes, as I say it, here comes one. Not sure where the lineup is, though. Anthony, a little confused. I mean, by the time you've already got somebody out to T-Con. And we're just guessing at utility. I mean, hey, if they win the round, that smoke won it, Happy. Not able to see him coming out of the smoke. Caught out. Subbies getting it. I mean, even that utility, we don't want to nitpick anything, but sometimes you gotta have, if you're gonna throw it, be cautious of where you're throwing it,
It is funny, though, that he flubs the smoke and then runs out and just grabs 2 kills. Like, I don't care where the smoke is. I know how to aim.
It's more to distract them than anything. On the menu tonight, a 1v3 from Notorious. Hopefully we're able to see it. Terrace, though, already on A. Bombs coming in. Caught out from the T-Con. Just not able to connect.
You gotta take your time there. Shen, come on, buddy. You got his back to you. Just take your time. Breathe a little.
It's like that old time where you see the clips of somebody that's facing away from you and you just cannot hit the head.
It was like the Looney Tunes, where the bullets would spray a character and it would draw an outline.
Painted a picture of the person, but never got the kill.
Yeah.
Oh, steps into it. I think there, though, 9-7, it is the right call. Try to get a kill. I mean, you are in a 1v2. Money low, though.
I'll say, though, I think you can really see what both teams are trying to do. You can see the planning. You can see the genius going into it. They do have a plan. They do understand the game. It does seem to me that maybe at this tier, even though that there's an understanding of the game, the mechanics are not fully there, because we're seeing a lot of cases where players will catch the enemy off guard and just can't get the kill. And that's happening a lot more than it should.
It really is. AK versus, UMP connects. Fast rush out B, though. Dova, they know he's up there. He is now trapped. Molly in front of him, Molly behind him. Still gets a kill on the Grizzly, though. Have to be cautious. You know that there's a player there. Teeth's already made their way up. Anthony gets one. Only good for one, though. 2v3. Low HP, though. I mean, they get a kill on Dovadank. This could be a winnable round. Both CTs coming from B halls. Here's both of them. They know. Subby's calling out both. Did we get a one quick before they get a chance to peek? Dova Dang hiding in the corner, trying to see what they can get. Nothing coming in the way of CT.
Good post-plant positioning, good comms. That was nice. That's nice to see. That's an example of the actual smart planning that you can see, and we got to see the execution done right. I really think for, like, if you're an individual playing at this tier and you're struggling with your aim, I think you should honestly, I mean, obviously hit the training, right? Whatever it is, if you do DMs or whatever, but I think sometimes it comes down to just take the time to hit the shot, you know? Calm down a little bit and focus, that kind of thing. And you can tell when some of these players get locked in on the aim, you can see them aim.
It did it again.
Oh,
Who's
no.
throwing that?
Same thing with
Is
the
that-
utility, guys. You gotta
Anthony.
practice the utility.
Oh wow, low HP already. Shin, solo dolo, B apps. Gonna wait for the pop dog. Here comes the peak. Waiting for it. Gets the kill. Still Notorious up top. He could be good for a deagle. Just be cautious. I've watched him play. Oh, that's all right. The FOMOS comes up behind him. T's are getting flanked from all over. I don't think they're ready for a second. That's up there. Shin sees him. I told you. Called it. Called it. I've watched enough Notorious to know if that deagle's in hand, there might be a frag. Stanky says, takes a peek, says, I'm getting out of there. Aware now that if a Moss is in hand, still not willing to risk it. Let them come to you. Here's Anthony on a flank through Z. Nobody's gonna be there. CT's coming through, Pop Dog. I think here you back off, save those weapons. Might get a cheeky kill out right now. Oh, not aiming in the right place. You know, good opportunities taken on that eco. I mean, to pick up an AK and a FAMAS. I know you lose the round. You're down 11-7, but very big gains. I mean, as you look at the money spending, FAMAS goes down. Notorious is going to buy back in with a rifle. Twisted, pick up a rifle, probably no utility. A half buy, or mixed buy rather, is what I would say. Not a lot of utility to keep the T's at bay. Terrorists, though, you know, we see a lot of utility on their belts, but we really haven't seen any good utility thrown. So curious to see. Flashbang, oh, we got a T-Con take on our hands. I think they think that they're in a full save. They're about to learn the hard way. As I say that, CT caught with a nade in hand. Oh, all kills just flowing in the way. It's like when you flick over that stack of dominoes and they just start falling. Dova trying to pull their way back into a 1v4. I think the damage is done though. Prove me wrong. Could not. I do like the ambition though. I mean, we have seen some kills, not enough to really turn a round and make it a pivotal round gain. But we have seen some really good ecos in my opinion. I mean, when you think about what is a classification of a good eco? Is it just one round, or one kill, 2 kills? Is it a bomb plant? Doing damage to the enemy's economy, I think, is what results in a good round, in my opinion. Although at this point in the game, I was about to say, is Subbies really pistoling when 2 players are on 7k and 5k apiece?
Match point.
Anthony sneaking out. CTs have been really giving E-Box this whole half. Anthony gonna take advantage of it. Knows one's coming Z. Gonna molly it off. Not really a good molly to keep that player off. And he's gonna lose his life for it. Stanky though, I think we're gonna have a wrap B here. Famas in place with the 2K. Happy stepping up to the plate. Really trying to keep this game competitive. 2v2. These footsteps are gonna be heard though. Yeah, Notorious is already set up for it. I think if you're in a position like that, you almost set up. Don't give them the opportunity to peek back into it. One in upper heaven. Really good spot for the CTs to be in for a B take from the terrorist. Yeah, not ready. What do you think, Bible? 4 in a row? Take it to overtime?
It's definitely possible. I think the problem is that Nebula are not, like, if you look at the stats here right now, we see at the top of the HUD here, they have only won 2 of the rounds here. They have lost 6 out of the 8 rounds on their CT side. They have not figured out a way to stop the rush. They have not figured out a way to stop the collective push of the tryhards. They have to start using their utility better and to put a stop to this. Use the Molotovs, use the AGs, and then stop pulling out grenades in the middle of the fight.
Yes. Stanky Meat setting up behind Olaf. Happy able to connect. I think that's really standout player this match. Happy really keeping it competitive where they can. Terrace down a person. Subby's down to 1 HP gone. Wiped off the board. Teeth pushing out T-Con. Things falling apart for the T side. Oh, Twisted. Connect with the pistol. That's alright. Notorious is there to clean it up. Looks like they're handling it pretty well. I mean, if you're on CT side, they're not really throwing utility to block visibility or gain access into that side. It makes it a little easy if you can win those 1v1s.
One problem, though, if you notice, is Twist is having a rough game when he's opping, right? So we saw him on the scout last round, upgraded to the op now. He does have armor. I know on the T side, it was a little bit of a interesting decision, but I mean, I can't knock it too much. I've done the glass cannon op thing a lot lately. When it works, it's easy to justify. But anyway, you look at it now, 6 kills, right? We need 3 more rounds. The question is it just not working? Do you switch it up and just go with an M4? You take an AK from your buddies? Or do you keep opping and say, look, eventually it will work out for me, right? I'll find my groove and I'll get it in. But it's like, 3 rounds. I'm hoping he gets the kills right here.
Yeah, I mean, definitely an op in a hand can be the X factor in a round.
What is this strategy, though? The terrorists are walking from T-spawn.
I think this is a coach timeout. Coach telling them, take it easy. Let's call out what our next 2 rounds are going to be. After this, we're going to go ahead and concede the 10th round. Obviously, I'm guessing, but that's what I would guess.
They used to have teams that would do that before timeouts were a thing in professional CS, I believe. I was watching something on this where they would hide in corners, just have Glocks, and talk out what they needed to do.
Navi was notorious. I know Astralis in their heyday was notorious to do it. I mean, it's a free timeout. You get that timeout, you go into the next round, you have 20 to 40 seconds of just free talk time. CT's kind of clueless of where you are. I think they're playing it pretty smart, though, not feeding into a pistol stack.
Why not just call the timeout, though, now, though? I mean, if you're the tryhards, it's free. Oh, did they already call it?
Yes, they've already called a timeout.
Okay.
CTs, though, have enough utility. Dovadank's going to be tried here as well as Notorious. When he peeks back, they're ready. Knows it's Glocks. Screaming to the cavalry. Anthony C connects. Notorious just wrapping around. Easy frags with that AK. Can they get the bomb down? Alex for the nade kill doesn't get it, so there's going to be some money injected back into Tryhard's economy next round. Anthony, get out of there. Can't save the M4A1S, but that's okay. Very, very surprised that we saw a bomb plant there.
Notorious.
We definitely have the momentum now. 3 rounds in a row. I mean, the last one maybe is a gimme, when they're running around with Glocks and everything. But this will be the test right here. Rifle out for everybody. No op on the T side. Nebula, can you hold the line? Use your utility now, and then hold the line.
Use your utility and use it appropriately. First kill coming into the Grizzly. I'm not sure how they really connect on that with the nade in hand, but we'll take it where we can. There's some utility. Heat grenade connecting. 3v4. Notorious able to capitalize this time. Bomb goes
he
down.
knows.
Gonna come down. Are we gonna go the distance, or are we gonna go into overtime? I mean, we were able to witness the overtime last week.
Money's still decent for the tryhards, so this is going to be another gauntlet for Nebula to overcome. Twisted managed to get 3 kills since I mentioned his scoreline. So the op does seem to be working for him now. Maybe he just needed to find his groove, get into the right position. Maybe the money wasn't completely solid for his team. You know, it's very hard to op, though, I think sometimes when your team doesn't have a very stable environment for you to do it in, if they're not holding their, their own areas. So if you're getting overrun, it can be hard to know what to watch. So maybe that's what he needed. Maybe he needed some of his teammates to, start shutting down the pushes in other areas. Make it easier.
Let the round kind of flow through. So, coming back to it, CT spanning out here. Looks like we have a pretty common default going on. One watching Ivy from back lane, one in cams, pushing Pop Dog, 2 on B. Terrace making their way. There's 3 going towards B, 2 Ivy, spraying through the smoke. Trying to keep some CTs glued to A. I think we're gonna see a wrap back around. Yep. This is a B hit. They're gonna have to battle Happy here, unless they go full B. Here he comes, moving up. Trying to catch a terrorist off. Back to B. Shin though, ready for, Shin catches it. Here we go. That's the opener that they needed. Dovadank gonna go ahead and hold it down. The Taurus here as well. That heat grenade is gonna be deadly. Not deadly enough, but the AK follows it up very well. 2, 1 through the smoke. I won't count that first one, although Anthony C comes and wraps around. Dova, the flashbang has called you out, friend. They're gonna know that you're in heaven. Oh, sitting on A, doesn't matter. We have overtime on our hands. What a game.
You got to give him credit for that comeback. I mean, it does take a lot of mental energy to stay in there, not give up, and especially when you got a second map to play. You know, some people might just have the mentality of, look, let's just get this one over with. It's a wash. We screwed up. Let's win it on the next map. But you know, that's not the competitive way to play. You make the enemy fight for every single round. You go for the win. If you don't make the win, you make them suffer to get it. And then you go into the second map feeling good about what you did to make them suffer for it.
Yes, to take one back on a team as you're down, I mean, that could play a lot in the second game.
Oh, definitely. And I think Twisted is going to play really well here in overtime, at least comparatively.
Heavy T stacked into Ivy. They're going to steamroll right into the back halls. Teeth not able to kill one. I do like this shift from CTs though. M4A1S is already coming to watch CT in the corner tucked. Gets Anthony, gets 2. 2 for the price of 1. I like it. Happy, ready for this cross. Doesn't shoot though. They're not aware that they're watching this corner. Yep. Sets up that easy kill. CT sided.
I like the confidence by Twisted to run after the guy with the op. Like, I don't know. I like holding angles when I have the op. I don't know if I like running down people. But it was, I mean, I understand why you did it. It's the right call, right? You know, you want to, I guess if it works, it works. And you need to get that trade.
Yeah, Twisted really kind of turning it up. I mean, was it earlier we saw 6 and 16 at one point? Already up to 12 frags. Gets another opener here. Teeth not able to course correct on that spray. 2 terrorist kills coming in. Notorious easy frag on a subbies. Bomb is down. Grizzly working away. Not ready for that train peak. Just up to Shin. 11 HP. One's going to be peeking back hall. Done. Dovadank gets the kill.
And it seems that tryhards are a little bit more of an even team, right? All of their, I don't know. I mean, I know they do have like Anthony with 26 kills, but it just seems like the team is a little bit more even keel. You know, whereas on Nebula, you've got Notorious just going absolutely insane with 30 kills right now.
Yes, carrying the weight of the team.
Happy not too far behind, 27.
Nebula's just trying to extend that lead or that win streak to 6.
They can do it too.
Oh, they can. They absolutely have the firepower. Terrorists, go on to line that back hall again. Seen this a lot from them. Stoke thwarts that push. Teeth pushed up. Oh, Anthony, are you ready? Gets the kill. I do like the aggression, but not able to really capitalize on his twisted catches Anthony. Grizzly, though, pulling it back. Notorious, trying to etch more kills into the side of that gun.
I like the safely thrown grenade.
Oh, Happy, aware of where they're at. Doesn't get it, but still got a headshot. Stanky down to 14 HP. They're going to carry this momentum into the B site. Twisted, not sure where to go. Notorious, though, anchored. Oh, course correction. A bomb site. Yeah, outside of range, back hall, Z's smoked off. Twist's gonna have to peek from cams. Doesn't catch the crossover, but here's the reload. He knows one's Ivy. I think Stanky just spotted him. Oh, Twisted able to get the quick scope. I don't think that they're... Oh, should have peeked as a team. Yep, here it is. Knows where that other player. Oh, the grenade closes the round out. 15 to 12 overtime half coming in. 1 round required on T side. I really like the odds here for Nebula.
Yeah, Twisted's finally coming back. You know, I noticed that the 6 kills just seemed like a really bad performance comparatively. Like, you kind of expect something to kick off, and that's what I keep saying about, like, you got to play your game. You can't lose the mental game. You have to stay in it. Eventually, if you're doing things right, it doesn't matter how much garbage comes your way with RNG or, you know, people getting the unlucky shots on you, like jumping shots or anything that you blame to timing and weirdness. Stick with your game, and eventually it evens out. And Twisted is back to, like, what is it now? 15
I mean,
and
almost
17.
positive.
He's making a comeback here.
I mean, that greater calling of, you know, you don't have to top frag to have impact kills in a round. You know, and I think that's very crucial for a lot of people to tell. And as we see, 3v5, game on the line right here. Camp smoked off. Stanky Meat hiding in Z. 2 kills coming in for Subzy. Or, I'm sorry, Grizzly. Grizzly saving me on the missed call there. I do appreciate that. 2 players Ivy for the terrorists, though. Last 2 alive. Beoteeth and Dova Dank. What can they get moving? Ah, missed them. Is nobody peeking this? The AK giveaway doesn't connect. 1v3. I mean, the good thing for Nebula right now is, hey, let's say this round doesn't pan out. You still have 2 rounds to play with, you know? Trying to squeak their way out. Up into Dookie. Gonna peek T-Con. Gets the easy frag onto Stanky Meat. Nobody home in hell. 28 seconds. Bombs down through CT. I'm sorry, through the vision of CT. Dovadank's made noise. They're aware that he's in T-Con. 1 peek right here. Oh, the Molly. Not able to connect. Almost? Oh,
yeah.
Go ahead.
No,
I said
I
almost.
think that angle, I think he, instead of committing to the spray like that, I think a quick peek
Yeah,
to go for
peek.
a quick kill. Yeah, jiggle it, go for a shot, and then come back. Don't necessarily commit in a 1v2, but I mean, I know he was down on time. He didn't have a lot of options. I don't know if that would have really saved the round.
I mean, we have seen some very quick kills in some of these rounds, though. Twisted, teetering with that peek from T-Con. Anthony smoked off. Here we go. See, sandwich smokes. Force the player off of sandwich. Make them readjust. Play somewhere they weren't really originally planning on playing. Haven't seen a lot of T-Con take by CTs though. I know that round they did because they were aware where the bomb was. CTs hanging on by a thread have to neutralize this to keep the game alive. Kills falling in the way. Anthony gets one, not able to connect on the missed op shot. Oh no. Stanky says, hey guys, I'm gonna try to do this. Gets a second. Oh, runs out of bullet. Heroic efforts though. And Shin smoked out a Z. Bomb's gonna go down on the opposite side of train. One's gonna go ahead and go into cams as well. Not liking the odds of this. No defusal kit either. I'm not sure if one's down on site. Oh, down to 42 HP and Nebula able to close it out there with Happy's kill. Really impressed with the outcome of that game. I know that, you know, overtime didn't seem as close as it was, but that was definitely a slugfest when it comes down to the regular game.
That was epic. That was an epic back and forth, and you saw the teams adapt. You saw individuals get better over time. It's quite interesting how that turns out. I have to say that was an entertaining game. I actually think it was that was better than some of the other games that we've been watching at higher tiers. I think these guys really put in the effort.
Yeah, I definitely saw from Nebula's side a lot of T side utility that we didn't see when tryhards were on their T side. So I think that really played a factor. It really moved around the players on the A site, made them uncomfortable, gave them opportunities to really creep out T-Con or Ivy to make those big plays that transitioned into wins. Perfect. Well, hey, everybody, we're going to take a quick 5-minute break. Be sure to tune in. We'll be right back with some more Counter-Strike Map 2 coming on our way. Welcome back, everybody, entering into the ninth round. Tryhards coming up short there in overtime. Nebula looking to really extend their lead or their series wins to 2. I definitely know coming into this game, top of the scoreboard, top of the standings, top dogs to beat. Over on to Nuke, Cedar Creek. Time for some Counter-Strike. Curious to see what we have on our T-side shuffle. As everybody is probably aware by now, gentleman's agreement into effect. You'll see the opposite team that did not vote for the map concede the round, or I'm sorry, the team that votes the map concedes the round. Anthony C. waiting. Dovadank calling, come up here. Let's get this done on top of Silo. Trying to flex some movement skills here. Gets the kill. We may not have a gentleman's agreement on our hands. Discretionary. So, waiting for the T's to shuffle up. Looks like we have our sides in play. Tryhard's gonna start on T side here. Nebula on CT. Curious to see if we see the dualies broken out. Oh. Here are the dualies. Busted out on the CT side. Do we have a problem at hand here? Do we just have a late start to the T side? I think we have a tech issue underway. No damage dealt, so they may be able to reset the round. Or we may just pick it up here. Not able to see the chat to see what's going on. Yeah, looks like they tried to call attack. They're calling admin, guys, so we are going to have a tech pause here. Dovadank, though, saying if I can sneak up and do damage, no tech is going to be in effect. Notorious gets the damage. I don't think this round's going to count, guys. If it does, sneaky. Dovadank misses 80 shots with the dualies. A lot of back and forth. Dovadank with the 3K, but it's not going to count. There's no way this is live. The way that that round played out, there is absolutely zero chance that was a live round. I think we'll be right back, guys. Welcome back, everybody. So sorry for the delay there. Had a tech issue. They've reset the game. Everybody's loaded back in. I think we're going to be live here in just a second. Nuke. Oh, just kidding, guys. We have 3 people on the server. So as we prepare for everybody to join, Bible, what are you expecting from Nuke here in this tier?
Well, I'd like to think that it's going to be just as exciting of a game as last time, with both teams going back and forth. The difference, though, with Nuke is that there are probably more viable options for the T's to do. You could do the outside plays with the slant smokes. You could go inside. You can go very fast to ramp. You can go to the A-bomb site. All kinds of options like that. It's hard to make the round end very quickly. So we might end up seeing plays where you're going to see each team's patience test a little bit. And we'll see if the counter-terrorists are able to actually hold the line on multiple fronts. It's going to be a little bit interesting, I think.
Yeah, I think that it's going to be, I allude to it every time, but what does that yard control look like? How fast are you taking ramp? Can you get up into hell, into heaven? Do you drop down? Really keep the counter-terrorists guessing. Are they going to drop somebody vent and leave somebody kind of stranded on an island down there when you're executing A? A lot of factors go into this game, and I think a lot of plays, like you mentioned. The strat book really kind of opens up fully as to what you can do.
I think it's also going to really come into play as to whether each team can throw smokes that are viable for outside control. If they can, which I expect they probably can, because I imagine both teams practice Nuke more than they have train. And the train util is probably not their best. So we're probably going to see smokes out here blocking off mini, blocking off garage, and they're probably going to be able to make it into secret.
Looks like we have Yeah, I think that it's really going to be dictating of it. Knife round into play again. What's going to happen here? Last time we really saw what the CTs win. I don't think they were supposed to. CTs are supposed to win. Not going to happen, though. Nebula saying, we're going to go ahead and take this. Run with the bag.
Yeah, my understanding is that officially this is supposed to be a knife round to determine the sides, and that teams have been entering into gentlemen's agreements to choose the sides based on who selected the map. So they forfeit the knife round manually. That's at least my understanding. We'll have to see.
Silver saying no.
Yeah, I mean, I'm fine with that either way. I don't mind the idea of a knife round. I don't mind the idea of the side being determined by the team that did not pick the map.
It's in the air for me. CT side, though, try hard. It's going to go ahead and duke it out. I think also the fairness is just asking the enemy team, what side did you want if you do win? Terrorists, a quick sight. Coming out T-Con, frags coming in the way, Notorious, 2 kills. Shin, up in heaven, connects with 1, trying to get a second. So you got a mini player, a heaven player, and that's it. 2 kills coming in the way of Grizzly. Actually, the round is over. Grizzly able to capitalize and take advantage of those kills. No bomb plant. Terra's going to have a pretty weak buy here.
The information that I was just given was that it sounds like they did agree to the gentleman's agreement to let one team win because of the whole thing we just mentioned about picking sides. And they got a little overzealous when they're all knifing each other. And yeah, the wrong side won, which is, I think, what we suspected.
It looked like it. She could kind of tell with the way that the round developed that that was not what was supposed to happen. CTs, though, have a full buy into here. Gonna try to take advantage of it. You do hear that XM ringing off in the back spot. There it is, 1 kill coming in. I'm not even looking at the screen, and I could tell that there's a frag there. Was I right? I was.
Oh yeah.
You can just hear it. Notorious smoked outside of main. Coming in. Has the bomb. Can make a move outside. Lost in the smoke. Gets out. Notorious has proven in the last game that his deagle can be killer. So
I like his style.
To be wary. Slow, methodical.
Yeah, I think he can. Like, if there's any player on this server right now that I would want to select as my 1v3 guy to have to be in that scenario, it would probably be Notorious. The problem is that even as good as he is compared to maybe even all the other players here in this match, 1v3 is a lot to ask with the Deagle against SMGs and a shotgun.
Yes. Slow rolling it on the A site, clearing every angle. I do like this. Not gonna check the hut though. Here it comes. MP9's about to connect. Easy frag. Bomb gets down though. Money is there. That will
That
help
might be
fuel the
worth
next 5. I mean, best case scenario for a 1v3 there with the bomb on your back. I definitely would say that Nuke is definitely a CT-sided map if you're not really playing cohesive Counter-Strike on the C side.
It's over the years, Nuke has been one of those interesting maps that, I mean, I remember back when I was playing it in CSGO, it was super CT-sided. I mean, you could get a 12-3 half for the CTs. Obviously back, you'd have to play 15 rounds, and 12-3 was like a standard. 11-4 was when you got dangerous. Getting 4 rounds on T side was incredibly hard. They balanced this map a lot more.
Gets one. The shotgun connecting. Teeth not able to do anything. Grizzly.
Grizzly.
Capitalizes.
Recovery.
2v5. MP9 placed outside. Dovadank able to get that kill. Here's the person drop hunt. Not sure I agree with this. No need to get greedy there if you're stanky meat. Pulls it back to a 2v2. Bomb is down. Shin is here. Dovadank, you make any movement that shows any portion of your body, doesn't have to. Not even into play.
He knows the bomb is taken, right?
Yeah. Notorious capitalizes on that. Here comes the peak. Easy frag from Subbies. Subies, I think is
why not
actually
just
the
go
correct
B?
name. Here's him. Gonna get peeked for this mini. Looking the wrong way. Oh, doesn't connect. Able to squeak out mini with still 73 HP. Not what you want if you're Dovadank there, but gonna get the next. Close one. Close one. Round pick up. No shutout today, everybody.
I am not a fan of that. Like, I understand 2v1 hit the A bomb set, right? That's fine. But once you lose Notorious, like, Nova, why not just go B? Like, it's a lot safer to get out there. If at least you get the plant and it's a complete reset. This is kind of a little bit, I don't know. I just feel like that's so risky to force the engagement.
It really is. Here we go. Utility outside, it looks like. Gonna do the close red smokes. See if we can bait anybody thinking we're going down. 2 terrorists making their way outside. Nade not connecting. Notorious definitely a threat outside. Forced to be woken. Oh, knocked down to 13 HP. A nade here could be detrimental. Nothing thrown though. Anthony caught out crossing a red. I'm not sure I like that play. Notorious trying to wall bang somebody inside a mini, but nobody's home. Shin outside, picking up credit card. Not able to connect. The MAC-10 takes him down. Here we go. Grizzly and Ivy. I'm sorry. Secret has the bomb. Gets the second. Is he ready for the person garage? Oh, twisted. Looking the wrong way. Knew somebody was mini, so can't be at fault there. 3-1 lead.
Money is pretty bad for the terrorist side right now. Unless something wild happens, tryhards could start running away with the CT side and semi-decent economy.
Yeah, Dovadank reconsidering what their initial buy was, drops off, picks up a MAC-10. So we have a MAC-10, 2 Tech 9s, and 2 Glocks into this round. Gonna try to storm something fast, I think, and really open it up. But Grizzly's sitting with the XM. Holding down ramp. You know, ramp was a site that we saw in all facets of our tiers getting or collapsing rather, I would say. I wouldn't say really taken advantage of. It was more so just the CT side collapsing. So good to see here that there's a really strong hold from the CTs, not letting them get close to those techs. Anthony sneaks out secret, nobody home. Gonna be calling out guys, you need to be cautious of a hit or a ramp. You have an XM and a rifle posted up. It's gonna be hard to take this if T's do decide to do it. Oh, first kill coming in the way of Stanky. Two terrorists showing themselves in Ivy. The XM's gonna just rip through him right now. Teeth running away, knows what's at stake here. A free frag to the XM, subbies. Here's him outside calling it out. Anthony cleans it up. I think the terrorists are going to be aware next time on a rifle round that somebody's been pushing secret as much as they have. Nothing going. Subbies. Subies. Keep calling him subbies because he's the sub, but stepping up here. 3 and 4. Grizzly, though, doing a lot of the heavy work for the CT side right now.
I know it's early to say. I mean, we're only 5 rounds in, right? But it does seem like the tryhards have fixed what their problems were on train. Like, you know, they weren't consistently able to really hold their CT side on train, right? This time, I mean, look at this. They were in command. I know that was pistols, but I like the discipline that they had last round. What to peek, when to peek.
Notorious switching from the AK to the Glock. Not sure I really understand that play. Gives Anthony the free frag. Anthony should have got out of there. Falls a happy. T's have yard control now. Gonna go ahead and creep behind the smokes. Teeth already down into secret. CTs do have a player down though. 1 kill coming in the fashion of Stanky's M4A1S. But as mentioned, oh, here we go. The XM's gonna face this AK of Teeth right down. Gets the kill. Not ready for the peek upstairs. Subbies, Subies getting the kill. I will call Subies before the end of the half. Maybe. Nova aware that one is in garage. Not sure they're aware that one is also outside of garage. About to peek over credit. There it is. 2 spotted. Has to be aware there's 2 there. 1 coming up secret. Not much you can really do here unless you start getting some frags to tally your way. Shen with the cleanup. Well, I'm impressed with the CT side so far. I know I got a little dicey there, but really haven't seen any true team wipeouts in this half so far.
I think tryhards have definitely got a system going here for CT side. They know how to cover each other. They know what they're doing. I think it's possible train is not their map, that they're still trying to figure it out and sort out how to play it. And that's the problem of why they were able to get to overtime but not close it out. I don't know. You know, I think they got something here. I think we're going to see them steamroll this half.
Yeah. It's really starting to look that way. Terrorists gonna go ahead and fan out into main. Happy just posted up, seeing if anybody pushes from ramp. Oh, Dova Dank able to pick up the Mac kill on the A site. Nothing going the way of Squeaky though. Dova Dank's gonna go ahead and push out on the site. It looks like caught in the smoke, lost. It's Doobies gets an A kill. Yeah, bomb down in front of Shen. So calling out where that is on the map. Dova Dank, Mac 10 in hand. What's gonna happen? Can we get some? Nope. Can't cash anybody off. Grizzlies waiting for it ready. Anthony and Minnie. I mean, a 2v4. Oh, Notorious. The Batman drop down from Minnie gets the Deke headshot. Man, not much you can really do there. The switch from Notorious, though, I'm not sure. Was that a rifle pickup or was that just a quick switch? I think it was a pickup.
Notorious is like absolutely hilarious to watch because, you know, like sometimes he is playing and it's like someone slipped a guy from the wrong tier into this area and he's like playing, you know, he's just playing in a league on his own. Like he still makes mistakes and everything, right? He still has his, issues he's got to fix, but like when he's on fire, like it's crazy. It's just like, are we sure we're in the silver tier here? Like what's going on here?
I mean, the Deagle shots have been ringing off, that's for sure. Yeah, I think Notorious is probably going to be one of those players that we see in the off season. There's going to be a lot of discussion around whether or not they should be in the tier they're in or the next tier up.
Sometimes it doesn't work out. You know, people have a promising season and then they go up to whatever, and it doesn't work out. It's just not where they're supposed to be. They have to come back down.
Yeah, looks like Anthony up in Africa. Gonna try to take this fight quick by Notorious. Notorious is aware, heard the footsteps. Yeah, Molly's gonna go ahead and kill him out, but shoo, Anthony able to still take a life with their life. 43. Op connects. Nothing going the way of the terrorists right now. I think we're gonna have to see a really strong push. Yeah.
The pile of guns where everyone has died.
Notorious ops to op. Can they get anything started? One is on roof, T side. Dova gonna come down. Don't make noise. Oh, Grizzly, the timing. Saw him though. Difference 16. Here we go. Subis loses the frag to Dova. Dovadank's really kind of carrying it. Yeah. 2v2 pulled, or 2v4 pulled back into a 2v2. Terrorist picking up the bomb. Coming inside. Squeaky closed. No visibility of many. Stanky's still sitting on heaven rafters. Drops down. Luckily hits the ramp. Doesn't take damage there. But Shin into mini. Here we go. They're aware of where this is. Saw the shoulder. Gets the frag. Notorious not going to be ready for the second one. Oh. Shin has the opportunity to close it out in the 1v2. Not able to do anything. Dovadank with the 3-kill. Nebula on 2 on the board.
Let me see if I got this right. Nebula has only won 2 rounds. And in both of those 2 rounds, they were 2v5s that Notorious and Dovadank together clawed back into a win. Is that right? Did I get that right?
That is absolutely right. Dovadank coming into the clutch meister status this game. Granted, they're down 6-2, but those are the type of rounds that'll really give you motivation to pick up a few more. As you see, though, Grizzly taking the XM, taking matters in their own hands. Only good for 1 kill. Knows not many were inside, though, so that call is coming out. Notorious trying to creep through behind the smokes. CTs have already dropped 1 vent. Yeah, looks like we're gonna have a battle down here. Are you ready? No. Notorious takes up the frag on Stanky. Anthony down after 1. Left up to Shin. I mean, we might see a pullback here. Looking at the economy of the CTs, 1 player sitting on 6K, Shin on 4. Not a very good buy. There's going to be some dropped weapons, but you may not see a lot of utility going to the next half to really prevent that early T rush.
That's the thing about the Counter-Strike economy that's just so damaging, is that you can end up having a great streak. It doesn't matter how many rounds you're in. You lose a round or 2, depending on, you know, obviously the money and how many players you've been losing. And suddenly you find yourself broke. There's nothing you can do. You're on an inferior buy. Now the other side is just collecting rounds. And you got to be able to fight through that and get your momentum back and the economy back all at the same time. I think that honestly, that's why people get toxic in
It
bunks,
is.
because you see a teammate do something really stupid, and you know that round is not isolated by itself. You can't just say, well, okay, fine, it's a round, we'll just win the next one. It's like, no, now you're sitting there with a FAMAS or an MP9 saying, it's because that moron messed everything up for us. now we're in
And
trouble.
now I have nothing. I have absolutely nothing going in this round. Yeah, we're going to see the rifles roll in. We still have an op on a Shin. 2, 3, 4 A1Ss down. We do have some utility mixtures. Subi's not going to have anything. Stanky meat, just a smoke in hand. Pretty full belt for the T side though, so really like what's coming in here. They really could have dropped some extra utility over to Twisted, maybe 2 flashbangs. I think that's something that we see a lot of teams at this level not really consider. Hey, just because I have a flashbang already doesn't mean I can't drop that secondary one that I could purchase. Nothing biting for Shin up on top of Silo. Stanky going to Mustang. Smoke coming into ramp. CT's really trying to keep it here. Ooh, timing. 3 down. Heard the jump though. Dova Dank gonna go ahead and peek from Silo. Grizzlies here. I do like the response time of the CTs this half though. Getting somebody down to really engage whether or not they're winning the rounds. Teeth though, on the board. We have our first kill. This could be the pivotal turning point. Shin gets a kill on a happy. Bomb is going down on B though. Caught out. Dovadang, I don't think they were ready for 2 players to be their event. CT's trying to take their opportunity. Stanky, not ready. Gets caught. There's just something that feels so good about those type of kills. Although I'm sure Shin is feeling even better. Oh, not able to get it. Subies trying to get something cooking. Twisted says, I got other plans. 1 HP in a dream. Gets the frag to close it out. Op saved as well. That's very crucial. T's really starting to try to save up that bank. Get these last 2 rounds. We may have another overtime on our hands. I'm not saying I'm predicting the future, but the way these 2 teams have been playing tonight, it's very possible.
You know, it's for Teeth to get that kill right then, that was big. I know it's his first kill. You brought that up. And that was a really nice entry. He came in there, got Grizzly. If Grizzly got him instead, I mean, that could have been a multi-kill possibility with them all being lined up in position there.
Yes. Notorious working out, taking the workload. Gets the frag onto Stank. Anthony C connecting with the Deagle, but down after that from Teeth. Teeth really coming alive. We got 2 kills in the last 2 rounds. It's really building in that momentum to the CT side like we talked about. You know, you may not have started out the hottest on T side, but if you kind of get some frags, get that confidence boost going into the CT side, you can really change the outcome of the game. Yeah, that repeat from Subi's not ready for it. Yeah, Grizzly having a little bit of downturn, Bible, it looks like.
It's typical in the sense you can't usually, you know, like you can't always be hot, right? So you got a great game, and eventually the cooldown is going to come down. Either the enemy rather is going to be figuring out what you're doing, or something's going to break.
Yeah, coming in the last round of the half though, CT's trying to take the advantage 7-5 while Nebula's got it in their mind that they could take this 6-6 and really have a lot of momentum going into the second half. First frag coming in the way of Stanky though. Twisted taking it back, connects. That op, very powerful outside. Shin has dropped the op for an A1S, traded it over to Anthony, so we do have a mix up there on the CT side. Dovadang catches Grizzly, trying to peek their way out. Oh, kills coming in the side of T side, 2v2. Shin. Oh, Dova drops down, gives Shin an easy round. I was curious. I thought Shin was going to step into the way of him this time, but I was wrong. Just up to Twisted with an op coming through mini. 1 on A site. Vent. Oh, easy. Almost had the flick. Thank goodness. Subies coming in with a clutch. 7-5 half. So we do not have a 6-6 half, but still very, very close as Nebula prepare to take CT side.
Curious choice. I missed if it was maybe a spawn issue or something, but I noticed Tryhards gave the op to Anthony instead of Shen. I thought Shen was doing a great job, though, with the op that half, so not sure. Sometimes I notice even when you have an opper, you know, somebody has a better spawn, you're like, hey, take the op, go do some work, change up positions a little bit.
Here we go. Pistol round in effect. 2 dualies on CT side. Vent broken. Those dualies going to come into effect here at Squeaky. Does not connect for more than 1. Happy only able to grab that one as mentioned. Twisted Sitting in heavy, connects with one. Subies gets Notorious. 3v3, down into a 3v2. Terrorist. Oh. Dovadank, though. What a force. 15 and 8. Keeping up the momentum on the second half as well. Shin. USPS has to do some magic here. Can't do it. Dova gets the third kill with the 5-7.
I like how they read that. He's not in hut. Fine. He's going to Squeaky. He's coming around to try to flank us there. Dova
Are
not
you the
having any
fastest
of
on the
that.
server?
Yeah, he just runs him down with the dualies.
Tryhards trying to hold on to this lead. They did get the bomb down, so we will see Galil into play. 2 Mac 10s. Sorry, 3 Mac 10s. 4. Keeping me guessing. 4 Mac 10s and a Galil. What can they do? Looks like we're going to have an inside take. Straight into hut. Are they going to be ready for the 2-player setup? They are not. Stanky down instantly. Go ahead and drop vent, though. They have it. Oh, no.
Oh, that's bomb. That's bomb.
Ruby's caught. Gets out.
no,
Oh, no. The bomb. Oh, that. I feel so bad for the tryhards right now. They get the drop down vent successfully. 3 players down. Get some frags to go in their way, and unfortunately, the bomb gets lost in the smoke and dropped up top vent.
This is why
Notorious
you
is
give,
down here.
You got to give the bomb to the first player if you're going to do a vent dive like that.
You have to. Even if they die, somebody else can pick it up on their way down. Notorious is going to get this. Oh! Shin gets the Galil kill, but in a tough spot. One's already top vent. They're going to have to go through secret or maybe back up ramp. I think there's enough time. 55 seconds. Here comes Grizzly. I like this. Gonna smoke it. Not enough. Blinds their teammate. They know Happy's there, but they're not aware that the second player Teeth is there. I don't like this at all. Oh, sees him. Gets the kill. Has to be where Happy is, though. Come on. Can't see him. Cross. Gets the bomb. Scoon to A bomb site. Oh, man. Oh. Oh. Oh, the timing is here. This is impeccable. 20 seconds of this is going to be an A bomb site plant. Happy thinks they've gone down. Grizzly not aware of where they're at. Grizzly's going to run out of time if they're not aware of what's happening. Have they already decided that this is safe? Grizzly, what's happening here, champ?
He wasn't aware he saw him.
That's tough. That's tough. You got to have those teammates and spectator calling it out for you, in my opinion. 4 people dead. Should have been 6 eyeballs on that screen. 8. I can't even count right now. You get the point. Tough love there for the tryhards. What do you think there? Do you like the play out in the main looking for that kill, or do you think from there you just try to get somewhere and plant?
I don't think it was bad in the sense that like he called it right and he would have saw the guy. I think he just was trying to. I mean, you got to commit to one or the other.
Yes, the Galil wasn't enough last round, but the shotgun is this round. Really sets up. Notorious gonna catch Anthony dropping down. See somebody cross to hut. Subi's there with the AK though. Flashbang out. Not a lot of utility to really prevent the CTs from taking a peek though. Just a FAMAS and M4A1S in hand. Not a lot of util. Oh, Dova is released where they are. It doesn't matter. Gets a kill. Just down to Dovadank though. But hey, do not roll them out. Here comes the shotgun. Greedy. Greedy. I like it though. I'd be encouraging it as well. Tryhards really forcing their way into that A site, right? What's the call
Sometimes
here
it's
if
a
you're
bit-
CTs?
Well, yeah, the money questionable. So probably, lobby crunch wouldn't be too bad. Rush to lobby through hut, squeaky, and ramp.
Yeah, just lobby crunch here. Try to catch some terrorists off. You know, maybe getting ready to throw some util or something like that, but they're gonna take the punch to him. Grizzly's already got the door open, watching Mini, hears them rotating around. They know that they're already in lobby. Connecting though. I mean, this is definitely a round that if you don't watch yourself, things could start falling drastically. And there it is, Notorious with another frag. Has an AK. 3 players down. Happy. Gonna toss the nade. Nothing there. B site taken. Is he gonna get another pistol kill? No. Although 2 rifles in a play for the CT side. This could be very dangerous. Especially with Notorious with an AK in their hand. They're gonna leave Squeaky Door open. Vent drop heard. Very uncommon to leave all of the doors open on the site. I think that's going to make a false sense of feeling that there's no terrorist behind you. Maybe that's the big brain play that was needed. Stanky not sure where to aim. Notorious 14 HP. I don't even think they can save anywhere here. This gun is gone. Everybody's dead except for the people ramp. Impact frag coming in from Notorious there at the end of the round, but other than that, nothing going the way of the CTs. I mean, that was a very good eco though, as I say that. You know, we saw a lot of the late half go the way of terrorists, whereas on this side of the half, we really see the tryhards kind of initiating that force, picking up 2 rounds already. I feel like it was what was it, 6-1 at one point when tryhards were on CT side, right?
Yeah, I think the tryhards let the half get away from them. It was more their mistakes that that led to that going away. Although, I mean, not to take anything away from the Notorious Dova duo.
Yeah, I think this is a map sometimes, though, you have to have a little more team play than just 2 people carrying it frag-wise. Dova, though, getting the opener against Grizzly. Shin pulling it back. I do like how much we have trades here. I mean, they're not together, but they're in quick in session together. Oh, Happy gonna try to peek out here. Gonna probably catch off the Claire. Yep, Shin not ready for it. Although, oh, not connecting from Cycle. Oh, top of silo, not able to get anything. Subies out on an island by themselves. Yard not the best place to be in a 1v3. Back and forth. I'll tell you what, both teams came out to play some hard Counter-Strike today.
Yeah, that's something I definitely respect. I think you got to get out there and actually play. If you're going to sign up for a league, I mean, why not give it your all and go and win it, you know? And that's one thing I'm seeing is like every player here, no matter what mistake, no matter what good play, it seems like all 10 players are here to actually play hard.
They are. They really came in force. Speaking of which, guys, tuning in for the first time, tuning in again, not playing, want to play, join our Discord, join the league. We could be casting you Monday and Wednesdays every week.
And, you know, if you're not a player, maybe you'd like to join the casting team.
We could always use you. There's definitely demand. Teeth, trying to inch out that smoke. Nothing going their way, though. Really kind of having a tough map. Grizzly not able to connect that scout, though. Doing some damage. Oh, not ready. Twisted. Pulling the scout out of the pocket. Saying, hey, if you want it, come get it.
I think we're due for Twisted's late game boost in performance.
Yes, it is gonna come. Posted up in the back of garage though, playing it safe. Gonna see if anybody crosses the mini. Has a player ramp, so hopefully they hear a noise cue going down into secret if that's where the T's elect to go. Other than that, he's gonna have perfect visibility for this. Bomb given up, conceded. But he knows they're outside. Terrorist, cautious. Not really sure why the bomb is so free right now. Hellbent that somebody's going to peek them from secret, but nobody's there. 9 seconds, and this is it right here. Twisted has an opportunity. This is a save round. Tryhards losing track of time. They could have very easily won that round. Not saying it's a guarantee, but I mean, moving your way back outside of yard at a 35, 40-second mark like they were, somebody needs, the IGL needs to be telling them, guys, you got to get that bomb. You got to get to a site.
Yeah, maybe a little bit faster there. I thought it was interesting that Nebula was not actually watching the bomb itself, but was watching the pathway that the bomb would have to go to. Very interesting.
Here we go. Outside smokes again. I do like the amount of utility that we've seen. Door stuck. Door stuck. As mentioning though, you have seen a lot more utility. Obviously, it's very standard utility, the outside smokes, but you know, something like train where you throw it and you don't go that way, it really keeps the CTs guessing. Are they down? Are they up? How many are there? You know, that type of thing. One in heaven, trying to get the connecting kill. Shin down to 5 HP. Oh, Notorious is ready for this. Not going to be ready for that off angle. Crosshair's not locking up. CT sticking another one. 10-9. So tryhards take the lead 7-5 going into the half, and they have now lost it 10-9 to Nebula. Observer commenting on how overtime games are attracted to them. I'm personally hoping that we do have another one. I like this. Tag timeout from SAR. I know you're a fan of him, Bible.
Yeah, definitely, especially with the coaching system in place. If you got a coach who can, give you some ideas, maybe can see the same things that maybe we're seeing and discussing. It's kind of nice sometimes to have a pair of outside eyes be like, hey guys, have you considered this? Are you trying this? And
or hey, this isn't working. We need to make sure we're focusing on this.
At least something a little more constructive than, hey guys, come on, you were winning.
Yeah, looking at the scoreboard, 2.1 KD from Dope. I told you, what was it, week 1? In the eyes of the community, KD is the only thing that matters, and right now he's mattering. So, round back live. Let's see what tryhards have coming out of that timeout. Looks like we have a fast ramp push. Haven't seen this at all. Dova has the AK, fully blind, gets 2 easy frags. I'm not sure I agree with that call there. One at a time.
Oh, don't stand behind the smoke.
Yeah. Bomb is down, by the way, as well. Yeah, nothing going. Gets one. I mean, for what it started at to be in a 1v2, this is a pretty damn good spot for tryhards.
What's sad though is he's got to get the bomb. If he didn't have to go retrieve it, he could now go back because the flank is clear.
Yep. I'm gonna probably peek this player down there on red.
He just needs one mistake. One mistake by that opper.
Oh, saw him. He saw that. Oh, not enough HP lost though to do damage. Oh,
no way.
Yeah. Oh, hey, I was rooting for the team. That was close. Take another tack. Gonna try to draw up the playbook here. Maybe there was some spilt milk on the playbook and they had to flip to a new page. Curious to see if they call. What do you think the words to the team are here?
Depends who's speaking. It could be a little bit of panic. On the other hand, it could be. I mean, what you'd like to see ideally is to have a good strategy laid out very clearly. This is what we're going to do. This is how we're going to do it. Stay focused. Don't get distracted. Doesn't matter that we're down 2 rounds. It's only 2 rounds.
Yeah, as the buys come in here, we do have a force buy on the T side, so either they're cooking up something that we're not ready for yet, or there's going to be some magical kills going down.
They might do event drop if Grizzly dropped the bomb.
Nope. Are they doing it again? Trust. Oh, okay, we're good. Here it is again. Not looking. I mean, a player just took you down from there, and he still connects on 3. You got to be conscious of where those players are playing. Twisted Agony. Gonna miss the op shot, but that's okay. Notorious is gonna pull it back. Subis, can you get down in time to plant the bomb? I don't really think so. I'm not really sure what the save call is here. Things kind of falling apart for the tryhards. Hate to see it. Yep. They knew. No vent doors open. There's only a handful of places that you can be. Blue box, Tetris as it's known as, Old Toxic, or Astralis, as the new generation calls it. And then, of course, I call it Dark or Ninja. What do you call it, where he was?
That place over there in the corner.
That place over there. I mean, 87% of the Counter-Strike community just said, "Thank you, Bible." That's exactly what we call it. Twisted, going up to heaven. I mean, this could be the game here. Some AKs. What do you think's gonna happen?
Well, I think they're not going to go ramp this time. They're trying to go A
Yes.
fast. Yeah, don't
Catch the CTs off.
run into the meat grinder. Go somewhere safe.
Yeah, Dovadank, free reign of lobby though. Teeth not able to come up with the heaven kill. 3v2, sorry, 2v2 now. Dovadank says, "Hey, I'm gonna do it here." They have the HP to do this. One frag in the way of themselves. There's the second one. Tryhards just not able to muster up enough kills on that T side to win the round. Game's gonna end 13-9. What a game. I mean, I told you, looking at the stats coming into this week, Nebula on top of the division. 2 points.
Dova with 30 kills in regulation. That guy had a game. I mean, I know he got some multi-kills, ramp and whatever, but you got to give him credit. That was fantastic. And Notorious, who was playing great. I mean, it's fascinating that Dova's stats here outshine Notorious. Is like,
Really?
that's not what I expected. Like, they have a good team. They're really relying on some really good firepower. Happy also is playing great. It's I don't know, what else can you say about that? Like, they definitely deserve the win, and you got to give them credit for how they played on both games.
I mean, I think that really speaks to the chemistry of that team. Coming into the night series, 4 games in a row. Picking up 2 additional, 6-0 on the last 3 match nights. We saw kind of a well-rounded team there on train. T side, a few of the players a little sluggish to get started, even carry out through the game, but the slack just picked up. I mean, we called out Notorious' name a lot on train. It was the Dova show tonight on Nuke, and there was just really no answer from the tryhards to stop them.
Yeah, the thing I'll have to say about the tryhards, though, that I did appreciate is I thought that for the first, 6 rounds, 7 rounds, 8 rounds, they were really playing as a team. They were coordinated. They had a plan. They knew what they were doing, and they were peaking. They were trading together. It was really beautiful CS. The problem is that they started to let it slip when they let the Notorious Dova duo just wreak havoc on them and win 2v5s. Like, that's the big mistake they have to look into. Is like, okay, they contain the most rounds, but you got to be able to stop the star players on the other team. You got to do it through teamwork. And I think a well-oiled team working as, one piece of machinery, even if they're lesser individually skilled, can stop the super players. I really believe that.
Yes. Definitely a good series. Tryhard's coming up a little short in both maps. Overtime was not enough to get the job done, but I definitely think that these are two teams. Even though Tryhards kind of sit in the middle late pack, I do think that we have a new clear leader in the silver division, and it's the Dova Notorious pair that you mentioned. Curious to see what unfolds the rest of the season and how they kind of adapt and teams adapt to them and what they can do to counter that.
Yeah, I think they're going to have to be careful about having a lopsided team, where you've got some players doing more work and other players not. I think they need to work on pulling in the other players we haven't mentioned as much, trying to get them to be a little bit more comfortable in their roles. And I mean, you don't have to put up insane numbers, but just be there when you need to, cover your teammates. You know what I mean? The usual stuff. Like you said, you don't need to have crazy stats to have impact kills. And we saw that with like Teeth. He didn't have a lot of kills at all this game, but like that one entry was absolutely critical.
Won the round
on Grizzly. Yeah, it opened up the round completely on that. So I think that's the kind of thing. You just got to be careful that, some of your players don't fall asleep, because it's like, hey, we got Notorious, we got Dova, we got Happy, But I don't think they're aiming to do that. I just think that's the threat, looming in the distance.
Yeah, definitely think that there's a lot of work to be done on both sides, but I think right now, Tryhard's gonna probably take a break from this, go back tomorrow and see what can we do different on these two maps.
And honestly, I really think they've got a lot more potential than what the results show. Like obviously they're going 0-2, but I don't think that really reflects exactly the effort they put in and how close some of those rounds were. I mean, they lost a ton of like 1v1s in different positions that they could have won. It could have changed the game. I think that, they could really work on Train, obviously, but I think their nuke has a lot of potential, to be honest.
Yes, I would say so. We were a little iffy. They were on the T side, but once they got on CT side, they started cooking. Well, everybody, as always, we appreciate you tuning into the 3-Point stream tonight. Again, we have matches on Mondays and Wednesdays. If you're interested in joining the league or just curious of being a caster, we'd love to have you, have conversations. Feel free to join our Discord. It'll be inside of the chat. Our website will be posted in the chat as well. And as always, thank you so much to my co-hosts, Bible Klinger and Synthronix, observing for us. He did a great job tonight. So everybody, make sure you give kudos to them where they're at. And as always, try hard. Nebula, thank you so much for the great match. I know you guys can't hear us right now, but you really put on some entertaining Counter-Strike. And until next time, guys, see ya.